everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shauna, and welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! How's everybody doing? Yes, so how's everybody doing today, or this evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world? Well, yeah, as you see, I'm not going to the fitness today. No, I'm not going to fitness. I've got too many things that I have to do. And yeah, just got my couch, or would you say couch? Outdoor couch for my terrazzo or balcony. And yeah, I'm going to show you all how yeah, style my new balcony. I'm so excited about that. But in the meantime, yeah, come get ready with me. Yeah, I am sitting up here and I am just like, I feel like, how can I explain? I feel so fooled, but I actually felt fooled a while ago. Um, I discovered this new channel called Cruel World Happy Mind, and I am so glad that I found that channel, guys. If you get a chance, check out this woman's channel. I mean, this girl, she she basically calls out all the scammers and really has you thinking, man, I think I've been scammed a few times. Right now, I'm looking at the topic, what's it called? The Get Rich Quick Scam. And oh my goodness, I fell for it and I fell hard. Actually, I fell for it in 2020. Um, yeah, 2020, when all the stuff went down, and then I thought about, okay, so what can I do as an online shop? Now, mind you, I've had an online shop before, and it's not easy being online, unless you are a CEO, not SEO uh, expert, and yeah, I mean, you really have to put a lot of work into just to get founded on the Google research or search. So that was always my problem with my website, which I had back in the days. I actually started out selling vintage clothing on eBay. And that was back in 2004 I started. Now, mind you, I was just doing it so like on the side because I was a huge vintage fan. I loved clothes from the 70s, and I was just so into it ever since I was young. I guess I'm an old spirit. um, in a young body. Yes, that's right, young body. No, but seriously, when I was in my 20s, my early 20s, I was running around looking like a hippie. Yes, I was running around looking like a hippie girl. I just loved the 70s, 70s and the 60s. I just thought that was such a cool time. And yeah, so I was often, going to thrift stores. This was when I was still living at home in the States. And so I was like thrifting, going to flea markets, trying to, find all the vintage clothing. Now, back in those days, I mean, vintage was big, but it's definitely nothing compared to what it is today. You did, you had some vintage shops, but I don't know. Yeah, they were recognized as vintage shops. There were a few. Um, but they weren't so expensive like they are today, that's for sure. Or even back then in early 2000s. I mean, that's where the boom really hit, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I can remember hitting some vintage shops. I guess I was in 1920, yeah. And I was in Toronto. Oh, Toronto is such a cool city. Toronto. If you guys ever get a chance, take a trip to Toronto. Now that's been like a few decades ago, guys, but still, I mean, even back then, I mean, Toronto was like the place. It's like a baby version of New York, and I'm sure today is even cooler. But I had such an amazing experience, and they had this one street, and they had nothing but vintage shops, and oh, I was in hog heaven, or I was, should I say, in vintage heaven. And yeah, so I bought this really cool vintage jacket. I was so proud of it. I was wearing it like every day. It was like this suede 70s, uh, what do you call it? Like trench coat style, dark brown jacket, really typical with the pointy collars. I mean, totally 70s. And yeah, I was so proud of that. But yeah, so however, um, yeah, I loved vintage clothing, and I that's all I used to wear for at least at least 10, 15 years. I was wearing nothing but vintage clothing. And then as I got older, then I started getting into the earlier vintage, like 50s clothing, all that. I just loved it. I just loved the style, loved the creativity, all the intricate work which was put into clothing back then. A lot of the clothes, especially from the 50s and 40s, were all, was it was it Union made or something like that? I don't remember. However, yeah, I was so into it. And so, yeah, so I was, like I said, I was always hitting the thrift stores, vintage shops, and garage sales, just on the search for vintage clothing. And so, of course, I got a big collection of it. And so I thought, yeah, since I love this, this is my my big love and desire. And when I moved to Europe, and then I thought, why don't I, that's when eBay just came out. eBay was getting big, and so I was like, why don't I try selling my stuff online? Just, I mean, I got all these clothes and collectible items, and I'm not gonna keep this stuff forever, and why not make money out of it? And so, yeah, I opened up an eBay shop, and I started selling all my vintage clothing online. And then so, what I would used to do back in those days, you were able to fly to the States, and yeah, um, you had a lot more space as far as luggage was concerned. You were back in those days. You were able to travel with two big bags, and of course, I had all my little kitties with me. So of course, they too also had two big bags. So man, I used to go home and I used to load up on all my findings, bring it back over here and resell it. So I made quite a bit of money. I mean, I didn't become no millionaire, but I did pretty good. So, and then I decided, okay, you know what? Why don't I just turn this into a business? And so, yeah, I did the eBay thing because eBay was charging. I mean, even though it was cool and you got founded, your shop got founded, and you were getting that business, eBay charged a huge, what do you call it? A fee for selling the products. I mean, they were taking a big chunk out of that money. So I decided, okay, let me have a website built. And so I decided to, in addition of in addition to having my eBay shop, I decided to go out and have a website built for me. And back in those days, it was so expensive. Oh man! And that's when I had also discovered Fiverr. Fiverr was really good back then. I mean, today Fiverr's the price has gone up. It's very seldom that you find um, somebody who's going to do something for dollars. It's not going to happen. But back in those days, I mean, you can really outsource most of the things you wanted to have done for really cheap. So, however, most of the tech companies or good low price tech companies where I could have a good website made, or I thought I had a good website, was in India. So, yeah, I had a website created and dealing with the Indians. And oh man, I could tell you nightmares. I had so many nightmares. I mean, my website was crashing, all types of stuff. I mean, and I had several websites because not only was I, wanting to sell my own products, I wanted to. I had started I started a website called Reporters Vintage, and there I would find different topics, or I would outsource it over Fiverr. And yeah, people would, yeah, I wanted to have like different articles written over anything that had to do with vintage, like maybe different movie stars or in their iconic styles, or anything which was resourceful and information, anything which took place back then that people didn't know about. So yeah, I did that as well. Yeah, so I had all these websites going, but zero traffic. Zero traffic. I tried to convert the traffic of my customers, which I had over eBay, to come over to my website, but that really didn't happen. Really, it didn't happen. Most of the people, most of the customers that were on eBay stayed on eBay, and so here I had this website going, and which kept crashing and even got hacked into. Oh, just nightmare. I even had an app made. It was so cool. I had a really cool app made as well, and it was called the Vintage Store Finder. And so I had created or I had somebody create a huge database, and then basically I had researched where all the vintage stores were in Europe and in America. And that was so cool. It was so cute. And I was just charging $1. And yeah, unless you're founded or you know something about SEO, and that's a whole new topic by itself, because then you got to find somebody who would pretty much know your SEO. I didn't have all the time. I was coming up with these ideas plus doing my vintage stuff. So unfortunately, it all turned into a flop. Yeah, I just wasn't making money, and I had invested so much into vintage clothing, and just got stuck with a lot of stock. I couldn't get rid of it. And like I said, I was just not for paying those prices on eBay. I mean, I was paying a lot of money. And even the stuff that I didn't sell, of course, I was paying for the stuff that didn't get sold. So it was just like, the idea was good, but I just didn't have luck. I'm using Mac Prolong wear for my under eyes. So yeah, then I decided, okay, so, and then that's when these pre-installed websites started coming out, or started to become big. I would say mid 2000, around 2009, 2011, 12, something like that. And that was also around the time where I decided to make my little business official. And so, yeah, I decided to, go to a website which was already, with all the functions already there, because like I said, I had horrible luck with, you know, keeping up the maintenance on my own website and having it constantly crash down. I mean, I remember I had the problem when people went on the website, because it was so big, the the processing time to click on the different pages was taking too long. People don't have time to sit there and wait until, they get impatient and ready to go to the next one. So, however, that was the huge advantage with these already pre-installed web shops. So I went to Vix, and it was really nice. It was a nice little freedom, but once again, I still did not get that traffic like I thought. And then I decided, instead of, because I was really getting bored with the vintage clothing and I wanted to venture out and try to see what else I can sell. I really, really adored also antique furniture. So, of course, I'm not going to be able to store antique furniture at my home, and I was not willing to open up a shop. I decided to go out and approach the different antique shops and, ask them if I could take a picture, and then put their items on my website, and then if I sold it, then of course I would take my little percentage, or I get a little percentage from it, however, mark the price up, whatever. Actually, what the modern day Shopify is, but however, yeah, and of course I was thinking big time, because I am just like a big time thinker. I'm always thinking big, so I didn't want to sell the average antiques. I mean, I sold like really high end, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I went to the best antique shops where the pieces were in there, like they were selling for 30 and 40,000. I mean, it's a big market for that, but it's only a big market if you find that buyer who can afford it, So once again, because I didn't get founded and I didn't find the right buyers, it was a total flop. I mean, the idea was good. I mean, I was actually going out there to the different shops, taking their pictures. I even hired professional photographers to, give me some professional pictures that I can put up online. And I made zero money from it. It was just, the idea was good, but yeah, I just didn't have any luck. So then I decided not to do anything, and then I basically just became a full-time mom, and then decided just to take care of my kids, and then didn't do anything for years, actually. And then when 2020 came around, then I became inspired again, and that's also when I started my YouTube channel. Was it? No, it was in 2021. That's when I started my YouTube channel. Exactly. And, and by the way, I had tried YouTube back when I was doing my vintage clothing. I had opened up a YouTube channel. I think that was in 2010, 2009. Yeah. No, or 2012. 2012. Yes, don't get me lying. It was 2012 when I had opened up my first YouTube channel. Just imagine if I would have kept up with it, and I don't know. Yeah, and I put a few videos on it because I wanted to link my YouTube channel up to my website, and then draw some attention there. But yeah, I just didn't follow. It was just too much, and yeah, it was, the ideas were there, but maybe I didn't have a team behind me. I don't know. Maybe. However, it didn't work out. So, yeah, for years I didn't do anything. I was still selling stuff on eBay, but I stopped. I decided not to invest anymore because, like I said, it was just too much. I had too many clothes, and I was sitting on these things, and I had actually put into a lot of money, invested a lot of money. But vintage was somewhat kind of like dying down because everybody was selling it. So it was not so unique anymore, and the prices, they just went up, okay? I mean, really went up. So, yeah, and that's like I said, that's why I started getting into the antique business, or I thought I was getting into the antique business. But however, it didn't work out. So I didn't do anything for a long time. And so 2020, I became inspired again. Okay, let's give this thing a shot again, but I'm not going to sell vintage and antiques anymore. I don't know. I just got, I grew out of it basically. Now I have nothing antique on me. Maybe my age is antique, but I stopped the whole, I'm not into it anymore. Put too much thought into it, you know, and I was just like, no, I don't do this anymore. I still admire it and appreciate it, but no, I'm into modern stuff now. I want to look young, not old. No, I want to have modern stuff in my house, not old stuff, you know. So, however, yeah, so I was online and searching and seeing, okay, what can I do? And so oh goodness, don't want to break my makeup. So, anywho, I discovered, like, you know, I was finding these channels on YouTube about how you can start your drop shipping companies and or company or business, and how easy it is, and yeah, all you got to do is sign up with Shopify, and they'll give you a 14-day free account. And you know, I fell for it. I was like, okay, this is easy. It's almost kind of what I did before, but you know, it's made even easier. And all you have to do is just find some items or good items that you can drop ship. You know, you mark up the price. And instead of you storing all the stuff at your home, the business will already, you know, you place the order, people, you know, the traffic will be drawn to your they'll come to your website, and yeah, um, hopefully they'll buy something, they'll find something really cute on your website, and then you just you take their order, and then, or they'll make an order with you, and then you know, send your order to the company, and then basically they'll do all the shipping for you. So it was an easy peasy thing. So yeah, and so I decided to do that, and then of course I fell for the, okay, I can show you how it's done step by step. And you know, I watched a lot of these videos that, you know, I was really into it. And so I decided, okay, let me do it. Let me try this. This seems pretty easy, but it's actually not as easy as you think. Yeah, because there's a catch to it. Like all things, there's a catch. There's a catch. And the catch is you have to advertise. You have to advertise um, your product, or you, how can I say? You have to create a page where people can find you, and usually that's through Facebook, social media, but normally through Facebook, and you know, through these Facebook ads, and that's where they can find you. And those ads, now let me tell you, they can add up. That's when the price starts getting ugly. And then yeah, and not only that, so you create some ads over Facebook. First of all, you got to find your product. Now, there's no cost with finding the product, but the kicker is, okay, creating the ads, which are on Facebook, and then also all the add-ons through Shopify. So of course you open up the Shopify account, you do the tester for 14 days, and then you can they'll allow you to go in there and play, and then try to find some items and already place it onto your Shopify account. So you're up there and you're styling your new website. Like I said, it's almost the same thing like Vix. You know, you can choose your what do you call it, your landing page. They got all these different little themes that you can choose from, and yeah, basically you're creating your page. Now the kicker is where you start to spend money is like all these different add-ons, you know, to get this different function. You know, you need this function for payment, you need this function for um, uh, the register when people check out, all these different functions and these apps, that's what they call them, apps. And so you pay 2-3 euro there, €2 there. Sometimes you get the apps for free, but then they're limited. And so at the end, your Shopify account, which was free but no longer is free after 14 days, you have to choose a package. You can get the basic, which allows you so features, these 3 different packages. And so, of course, you want to get a good package because you want to have, you want to get the max out of your website, and you want to have all these different features. And so, yeah, then, like I said, then, signing up with these, I'll show you how it's done, guys. They also charge a fee. And so, yeah, in the end, I spent more money than I made. And I didn't even really open up the shop in the end because it was just too confusing. And then when I saw how much those ads were, I was just turned off. And I'm not a lazy person, guys, but I just saw, oh my gosh, I'm really going to have to invest more than, I'm really going to have to invest. And that's what I didn't want. Of course, you have to invest something, but I really wanted to start it up and not have to do such a big investment because that's how it was presented and that's how it was sold to me. So basically, I spent, oh man, I think I spent around 2,000 euro. And I lie and I kid you not. Because I also, when you open up these web shops, you also want to be protected from, in Germany, from getting warnings of, okay, not having this information on your website. If you don't have this information, you will get a warning. You have these lawyers out there who are out there just looking for mistakes on your website so they can send you a bill. Okay, you violated this such and such. You don't have this on your website. So then, I signed up with a company who protects me from that, and they constantly update and tell me all the basics. So that stuff adds up, okay, guys? And I kid you not, you really have to know what you're doing and be extremely committed and have a few thousand euro or dollars in order to get this thing really going. And then, like I said, then you have to have a good product. They often, most of the drop shipping comes from Asia. So, and back then in Asia wasn't really a favorite. So, of course, if you do the drop shipping, you don't know, you couldn't really give a guaranteed time frame of when the item would arrive to the customer. So it was just a lot of ifs, and then I spent a lot of, like I said, I spent a lot of money, and oh man, it was so it was a nightmare to try to get out of these contracts and apps. At the end, I was paying like 65 euro a month for Shopify, and plus all these additional apps which allow me to do this. They would send out emails, all this stuff. It just added up. It was a nightmare. Like I said, unless you're really 100% committed and you don't mind spending that money, go for it. And then, like I said, then you got to find the product that you want to drop. So you don't even know if the product is good. You can't really guarantee a time frame. And so it was just, like I said, I think I'm repeating myself. It was a nightmare. And so now, like I said, I'm looking at this, Cruel World Happy Mind YouTuber. Like, she's awesome. I'm telling you, she opens up the curtains on a lot of scammers. So guys, check her channel out. I'm going to link it below. She's an eye opener for so many different scams and really has you thinking. But however, she's, like I said, she's got this video. I'm going to also link that below, the Get Rich Quick Scammers. And here she is talking about this whole Shopify, Amazon too. You also have these, you can also open up an Amazon account, and become an affiliate. open up a store and this is how you do it. I mean, all of it. It's a bunch of bogus crap, honestly. Um, so at the end, I wanted to try to sell T-shirts, and then because I was like, all right, because in Germany they also have, um, companies who will drop ship for you in Germany with the T-shirts, and that also, I mean, that's also like, okay, this is how you do it, and I know I'm babbling, guys, but I'm frustrated because now I'm talking about it, and I really think of how much time and money I've wasted on these daggone companies. And here she's pointing out that most of these guys were charging, fees, that stuff that you could find out on, on Google. You just had to do the hard research. Oops, maybe I was too lazy. I just wanted to already go to somebody who already had the stuff, or I wanted to go to a person who was knowledgeable, who had the information already. So I fell for the scam. Yes, I fell for it. So been a really big eye opener, and nightmare. So yes, I'm really appreciative for her channel, and it's actually enlightening to know that I wasn't the only one who fell for that crap. And that just goes to show you guys, you really have to do your research, and just do not sign up with people so quick and be naive and think people are giving you free information for nothing. And then it turned out that a lot of these guys who would teach you how to get rich and how to open up these accounts, they weren't even mentioning that they were affiliate partners, which is apparently illegal. If you don't mention that that you're a Shopify affiliate partner, and that you're basically getting paid. And so she was just going through how much these guys earn just to get the people to go over and sign up for these 14 days free trial, how much they would earn in that. It's just crazy, absolutely insane how much these guys were earning. However, Amazon did crack down on a lot of these gurus, and do not condone it at all. It was just interesting. Check it out if you get a chance. I wanted to share that because I'm like this, because I really I felt exhausted. I felt demotivated. Demotivated, is that a word? Demotivated. Okay, however, I've been in Germany too long. However, I felt frustrated. So, yeah, I didn't do anything anymore with it. I never reopened it. I closed everything down because I just wasn't getting anywhere with it. And I was not willing to spend all that money on the ads. The ads from Facebook. I'm telling you, you could spend like up to 300 or 400 in the ads alone. I mean, it's insane. It's really insane. However, yeah, so about that video, she does an awesome job in her research, and just disclosing, and really tearing, really pulling the curtains back on these people. And yeah, you'll be surprised how much scams are going on. The other day, I was also watching the scam about the girl power, and how many, what was it called? I'm going to link that also below. Be your own boss. That was also a business. So, I mean, it's a lot of business in self-help, guys. These people are not just, most of the time they're promoting their products. I mean, okay, we all have to make a living, but a lot of these people on YouTube, or startups, a lot of them are scammers, and most of the time you'll pay that money and you don't get the results at the end, or they're just basically fooling people, and most of the time don't have the information themselves, and just know how to talk. I don't know. I'm babbling, guys, but however, check it out because it's a real eye opener for you, um, for me too, and yeah, I fell for it, so I'm not ashamed. I'm only human. I do believe if you have a goal, you still shouldn't give up, and yeah, you're gonna have to do the work behind it, and you can't really expect that nobody's gonna do it for you. You know, you really have to um, go out there and dig it up yourself, and perhaps that's the problem. Maybe that's the reason why so many people become rich off of let me help you, let me show you, because a lot of people don't want to take the time out and yeah, do the research themselves, and then they get scammed, you know. So however, I thought I would share that, and yeah, so I'm gonna finish doing my makeup, and I hope you all like my video, was able to learn something. And yeah, I like to create videos where I'm um, helping people out as far as learning and motivation. It also helps me at the same time, also becoming motivated and losing weight, and yeah, showing all the things that you can do if you just believe in yourself. And I don't know. However, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, I'm often uploading videos. I'm becoming better and better at that, by the way. Subscribe, and yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready, and yeah, don't go nowhere. And I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna tongue tie. I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm gonna cut it after this getting ready, and then I'm going to show you all how I hook up my balcony. Yay! Maybe you guys get inspired. Hope you all living in a sunny area, because I'm not. But however, my balcony's pretty well covered, so if it rains outside, I can still sit outside and get some fresh air. But anywho, all right. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. Thanks for stopping in. See ya.